All right, YouTube, what up? It's Neace. We got Xerath coaching. We're going to see what we got here. All right. Xerath coaching. Xerath versus Orianna. Lux support. Derp. What's our items? We got Dorn's Ring, Biscuit 2, and we're chilling. All right, let's see how you play the lane, dude. You got Ghost. Ghost is standard, I think. Kind of a weird open by you. You're gonna focus harass on Orianna, but that harass isn't gonna amount to much because she's gonna spike level 2 over you. And she's gonna have lane control. So first thing that I would criticize you on here is I don't like how you went into the lane with the intent of harassing D's Nuts 316. I would rather you, if you're going to harass him, always try to position yourself as Xerath, and this is something you'll learn over time. Always try to position yourself so that when you go to harass with Q, so let's say that you're here and you want to Q harass, always try to position yourself so when you harass somebody, you hit minions as well, okay? So that not only are you harassing them, but you're also pushing the wave, and you won't be in this position where you get shoved in quite as easily. At the very least, you would have had this wave thinned out a little bit more. Once instantly get the passive going. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just more concerned that, like, we're gonna get pushed in, and you can still hit the Orianna, but I just want you hitting him through minions. That's all I'm saying. Is I want you not only hitting Orianna, but I want you hitting the wave as well, or try to. Cool. The flash is just silly. You done plenty. You didn't have to panic. Right there, trade's over. Let it go. Do you really need to spaz for this? Like, I don't think you do. You don't even have kill potential there. You're just throwing away... You're just throwing away a flash for nothing. And like I said, you had lane control. You had plenty of time to just chill. Like, think about this for a second. You take all that damage, you flash, you burn flash, you take all that damage, and you don't even get the kill. When in reality, after you pushed him out, then you could have just chilled and held the wave and just farmed calmly. And if he stays in, you hit him one time, you ghost, you're going to get everything. You're going to get his ghost or his flash and ghost together. Same thing there. I really want you positioning down and to try to hit him with Q. So that once the gank comes, you've got a little bit more damage dealt. Wow. That's a level 2. Wow. Why do fucking newbies do this shit? Newbies always do this, where they like gank. Guys, I'm telling you, I know this doesn't pertain to this mid lane here, but like, when you're jungling, dude, stop fucking ganking level 2. You look like a fucking moron. Like, if he's level 3, he gets that kill 100% of the time. Such a terrible play. Yeah, it's literally he goes blue and hits red and then ganks. That's literally what he just did. So I think so far in this lane, there's definitely you're not getting like maximum lane control. Like, you're doing a great job of harassing. Now I just want you to mix in minions with it. And then that all-in attempt is sloppy because you already had the lane pushing to you, and Xerath has such a high range that, like, if Ori was deciding to come back, you would have been able to keep your flash up, and then if she goes to farm, you could have just flash E'd for that shitty jungle gank. You could have made that shitty jungle gank look good and probably secure the kill, because you would be able to flash E all in when the guy is so low if he tries to come back and farm. RGC, I love you, man. Thanks for the 3 months. Keep it oh, okay. Excellent. Good shit. I was wondering why you were stepping into the fog. I love your confidence here, but it is really sloppily played by you. You're kind of spazzing. You duck into the fog to use R. I'm not entirely sure you needed to duck in. I think you could just Q him for max range, but this is fine too. And then right here, you panic. Just remember in the future with Master Yi, you're right to be confident and bait his Q. But if you had just calmly sat here and just let him Q, like walk up and auto him and let him Q, then you could have hit him with your R and off of just level, or R, you could have just hit him with your E, and then off of level differences alone, you would have been able to kill him. But because you miss your E like this, that's why you kind of missed this opportunity. You could have snowballed this lane, essentially. You could have snowballed and killed 2v1 mid. But I just think you didn't plan it right. So if you get Yi's alphaing to you like that, just calmly wait for him next time as opposed to spazzing and throwing your E. You get Page. You're building towards Spirellos, I would imagine. Putting this pink ward is bad because you don't have control of the lane yet. Generally, and the other thing about this pink ward here is I would much rather you put it in this brush or even here is an option. But placing it right here like that without having the lane pushed up is just inviting Orianna to defend. It's the same thing in top. When top laners go, like, the lane meets in the middle, right? So the minions are here. And then, let's say that this guy starts pushing, right? But before it happens, the top laner goes and puts his pink ward right here. And it's like, dude, you're putting a pink ward down that you can't defend. You only really want to put the pink ward down if you can defend it, or you're just giving away money and XP. Literally. It's actually kind of an important little mini game to get good at. Because you miss a lot if you don't get good at it. Great damage here by you. You're really playing with fire. But you do have your flash, so you can definitely... Very goofy E. Are you just guessing? What the fuck? Oh, does he get vision? Wait, does he get vision? It doesn't get vision, does it? It just gives vision after you landed the R, right? So you land, so you hit here, and then you see Ori, right? And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna shoot here. Got it. Got it. Okay. I was confused. Yep. Understood. So yeah, you BM, you're like, hee, hold my dick. I'm on board with this. I think that this is good. Like, you're winning lane. I think you see now that we're watching this together that you could have very easily snowballed this harder with the Yi being so bad. But this is not that bad of an open at all. And also I think that, like, your flash all-in attempt was pretty sloppy. But this is not a bad start. This is a good start. We'll see what we do with it, though. So you decide to follow. Ghost is good. Dude, alright. Slow down with your fucking skill here. You have Ghost. As a rule, just remember, when you ghosted here, right, and started running, Ghost goes for a long fucking time. Slow down. Literally walk up to him and calmly shoot the skill shot so you don't drag out a fight unnecessarily. Okay? I get it, like, we get the kill anyways, but I don't want you rushing when you have the move speed to make a very easy, simple combo. There was no need to rush that skill shot, is what I'm saying. Slow it down. Relax. Same thing as before, always try to hit both the minions and her. I don't know if you were there or not. Only you really know that. Xerath looks like such a fun champion. Such a fun champion. Especially when he gets snowballing. Oh, good stun. Ult. 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 Thank you. A little late. Still get it. Good job. Yeah, he definitely strikes me as a champ that would be very punished right now in today's meta. Your Kindred comes and kills. I mean, we're rolling. We're snowballing. Are we free to hit tower? No, not really. Yi's defending. We don't have the mana. What do you think about Tobias Fate saying GP's a melee champ? I don't care. Yeah, this game could be a pretty ugly loss. It's weird that you didn't clear that ward that you just spent that time hitting, because it's going to regen. Or is that just the pink wards? Is that just the pink wards? It is. Huh. Either way, finish the fucking ward. Good job. I mean, we're crushing the lane. How are we throwing this, though? So we get an easy lane. We got easy money here. You're putting pressure on the Yi. You get blue. Yeah, I mean, you crush lane. I'm just going to see what you do here. So you're shoving mid. You got mid shoved in. Let's talk about the mechanics of this. This is a pretty significant death because it's obviously the first death, and you are against, like, you're against Master Yi, who if you give him kills, he can actually, like, come back pretty hard, and it's one that you should be really scared of. So you pop Ghost. Just mechanically, you just look really fucking sloppy here. This is really ugly by you. You, for some reason, the only position you really need to be is here. But you're like in this space, and it doesn't make any sense. Why are you anywhere beyond this line? I have no idea. You don't need to go anywhere but stand right here. It's very weird, and the other thing is it wouldn't be that bad if, like, you know, we're so fed that it's like, I just want to get this over with. But like, these are champions that can very easily fuck you up if you get out of line. It's both Jax and Yi, so like one stun, you're fucking dead. They got high damage, and they're gonna fuck you up. So like, the fact that you didn't take this fight more seriously is a bit of a problem. And it's just lazy positioning, I think. And it's a situation too that if you die, you're going to watch the XP bars. You're going to give them both level 11, I'm pretty sure. There's level 11, level 11. See how I call that shit out? But yeah, dude, like, I think that overall this is probably one of the bigger throw spots, because they can very easily come back with this composition. I don't think that is the end all be all, but it really hurts. Yeah, I think it's an A click thing. I use A left click. Some people program their buttons a little differently, but that's how I do it if I'm playing a range champ. But in general, that's what I do, is I just A left click, so it puts you at max auto range at the very least. But either way, dude, I mean, there was no reason to even be that close. You didn't even have to auto there. You just needed to hit some skills and stay alive. So it was kind of lazy pathing by you, and I think it was more of a like, I'm fed and I can get away with it, than a I'm intentionally like playing like a buffoon. I think you just got lazy because you were so big that you were like, I can't throw here. But in reality versus you kind of can. Good tries. Good attempt. We have flash ups. I don't mind you going for snipes. Definitely Q over that wall next time, though. Definitely take a shot there. You see Jack's top. The only person you have to worry about is Yi. You pathing here is pretty bad. You don't want to be floating around in the jungle like this for long. You would really want to stay behind minions and in lane. Always remember with ranged champions, notice how when you deviate off of the lane, like you start fucking around in these jungle fights, how you get picked off. That's gonna be something that you're gonna learn to appreciate as you play more. Like even sitting in the side like this, super risky. I wouldn't fuck with it too often. I would much rather be in my lane poking than off to the side. This is super risky. It only takes one bad path. Yeah. This is actually more what you need to learn from in the replay, because your laning's not that bad. This shit, though, is really sloppy. You should just be in the middle of the map, pushing in and clearing here. Doing this flank shit as a poke champ is not advised. Treat it like you would with Caitlyn, where you're always in lane. It's so much easier for you. And then when you rotate, you're rotating to the fight last, and once you see everybody and understand the fight. Because you can max range. Okay, so you're hitting tower. I see 3 bottom, so I'm pretty sure I'm taking the tier 2. Where do you go next? You go to tier 2 over there. I have no issues with that. They get it. You need to reset here. This is silly. No. This is how you throw. Pretty sure. You kill 1, but it's still gonna hurt. Fiora's there. Lux is on the chase. Yeah. I can see that shit coming from a mile away, dude. And we both are summoners in a spot. Like, here's the key, dude. Even killing that Caitlyn and dealing damage to the tower is not worth it. You would just want to reset here. When you notice when I said no is when you're pushing here. It should have been a reset spot. You just took 2 tier 2s, brother. You didn't need to push in. You just needed to reset. Your gold, you got 2k behind. Like, yeah, you get out, but you blow both your summoners. And you also kind of bait your team. I'm pretty sure you were pinging there. You should have been pinging them out, away. A little, this is kind of an advanced situation because you, as the hero of the replay, you get so fed, your team gets so fed. It's a good discussion point regardless. And I'm glad that you put it in on the end of the session for the coaching, because a lot of people don't understand. I talk about this stuff a lot during my sessions with Brandon, where we have games, and it's happened historically in the past, where we just crush. We crush top, we crush mid, we crush bot. We get all the tier 2s, which is pretty much what you've done here. And then the game gets kind of funky, and I think this funkiness is even probably worse at low elo, where players are even more likely to understand the game, or more likely to not understand the game. Like, if you take all the tier 2s, now you can't do anything, basically, without having all 5 there on tower, without risking just the team wiping and then getting entire map taken back over and losing Baron and shit. So what I'm saying is, when you get these many towers taken down and you crush your lanes this hard, you really have to remind yourself as a player, and you have to be like, okay, we're crushing this game. Neace said we cannot just go in and break towers right quick fast. We have to play it slow, back, reset, maybe farm up a couple waves, ward out Baron, ward in the jungle. You need to understand that just because you take momentum, at least in this day and age of League, just because you take the momentum and get most of all the towers early on, it does not necessarily mean that you get to end right away. Because you are going to still have to farm and get vision and play relatively conservative until you find the fights that make sense, so that you don't lose not only the fight, your momentum, your XP, your gold, and you lose Baron. Okay? So there we give away our summoners. We don't die, but we give away our summoners, and we allow the enemy team to push back out for a bit. I like that you're rotating up to deal with the Yi, because I think he's kind of scary, and he's like the only guy that can come back. So we get Yi down. Bot's pushing. I don't know why you're backing. You could go mid and push. There's no need to back because you're not defending anything anyways. Orianna and Yi were dead. We know that Jax and Caitlyn were bottom. So you could have went to mid and pushed out if you'd like. So I think that was a mistake. I think you could have just pushed. But backing's not the worst thing ever, but I just don't think it's as optimal. Okay, so your team is doing this like chase nonsense. And you get roped into it. You just need to stay mid, dude, and push out the wave first. So watch yourself here. Notice how you start following. Go and push the wave. Draw your own pressure first, then follow. It only takes like one combo, so I don't know why you're just leaving minions. Yeah, you're macro shit. It started here. The little mechanical error happens, but this like pushing in too deep is shit. And then you just chasing mindlessly after these kills. You could have gone at any... Your team is going to keep vision of them, dude, as Xerath. And this is more Xerath specific, to be honest. But your team is clearly chasing them. They're clearly going for the kill, right? So all you had to do was shove mid in. Ooh. Shove mid in. And then you walked down... Like, you literally pathed like this. Like, you just walked down. And then you could ult. And I'm not exactly sure your range, but I'm pretty sure you can ult in like this area, right? So you can just walk down to this bush and ult and kill these guys after shoving mid. Stoffel, thanks for 3 months. And honestly, plebs, I mean, the non-subs right now, you guys look like retards. ADC, and you too, Hammerhead. Well, you're only sort of retarded, I guess, because your argument is good. Basically, ADC is probably the strongest as it's been right now, and it snowballs incredibly hard. It's probably the strongest role in the game right now. You guys look like a bunch of clowns saying that ADC is weak. It's literally like the snowball role of the fucking decade right now. Probably the strongest. It's probably the ADC meta right now when you really think about it. Yeah. Play Lucian. Play Lucian and tell me that ADC's weak right now. Oh no! Fiora just killed us. That is so shitty. We're dead. And the BM. I love it. That actually just made me so happy. Dude, Fiora, our teammate, is a traffic cone. Well played, though. That was good. Mechanically, that was really good. Looks like they're gonna get Baron now. Dude, this game's pretty unlucky. We don't lose yet though. We're still huge. Oh my god, pop him. Beautiful. Yeah. Dude, you're crushing it. You clean up your macro, man. Strange that you step on the trap there. A clowny individual. Maybe I should... Maybe if we hit 1K subs, I'll get some clown paint on or something. Dude, that's actually a really good idea for the emote. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Banjo, we need a banjo emote. Those are the two that I know. Struggle bus. The bus with triangular wheels. I'll do a clown cosplay for that emote. Alright. So we die. Pretty significant death anytime a poke champ dies. How do we die here? So the dragon's gone. Varus out of position. So Varus is out of position here and Fiora's top. So dude, essentially without vision of anybody else, we know that we could get, basically with mid pushing, we can only really get popped from like bot side. That's where everyone can be. And yeah, so the difference between you and me here is when you were floating around, jerking off, whatever the fuck you were doing right here, I would have just paffed down here and probably tried to push out bottom and stay in the back. Notice this theme that I talked about in the middle of the replay where I was like, when you start fucking around in the jungle, shit gets scary and sketchy real fast. And that's exactly what happens here. We don't have clear vision of this angle. And this is a strange path, right? He cuts into the fog and we don't know that he's coming. This is why I always like to move around behind my team and try to get lanes moving forward first. Because it makes people have to react. Notice Orianna has to go to mid. And that's why I say, generally speaking, the only place that we're going to get fucked from is from the bottom side. Because it's the only place that people can be. So technically you could have avoided positioning this way and stayed around. But either way, I would have tried to move here and get the lane moving. Remember with poke champs, dude, anytime that you're playing a poke champ, getting into the jungle is really sketch. Because that's where you get flanked a lot. That's where you lose track of what the fuck is happening. You can't see TP flanks. And then this is basically you losing your flash and dying and getting shut down and dying to the person who, no matter, and as a rule of thumb, that's why I say this game's really unlucky. As a rule of thumb, ye can always carry a losing team after a couple of bad fights and a couple of bad flanks. So that's kind of where Yi gets a lot of value in solo queue, especially lower elo, because he's always going to find newbies to eat. In this case, you were the newbie, and it was only because you lost vision briefly here in the back. But it's also your fault because you're going into the jungle and you're fucking around in vision spots that you shouldn't be playing with. You should have been rotating back around, probably even greedy rotation behind. Winter Alba, thank you. Appreciate the sub. Behind, and then go push down this bot lane, and then that way you would have had you would have known what was happening. So yeah, that's a pretty significant death. I think that if it was any other jungler other than Yi, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it's Yi who you're dying to, so it's gonna hurt now. It's gonna hurt a lot. And then Orianna makes a pretty good play. Oh, that bind is... Okay, it doesn't kill them both. Caitlyn. What in the... It's great when you see it, when they go into the fog, the last second. And then Fiora dies. So yeah, that's just a case... That is a classic case of, like, the main carry fall and then the rest of the team falls. Because you're the main carry in this team right now. So when you die, and then, yeah, this is just tragic. That's pretty much what we lost. Is when that pick happens. What's up, gentle creature? What are you doing? These gentle creatures are creeping up on me and dancing at me. I can't take you seriously right now. Yeah, dude, I think this play is just really unlucky. Actually, it's not. I mean, you know he's coming. And the same thing, he just gets you on a flank. He gets you on a flank again, and he's gonna one-shot you every time. Why doesn't he just kill Morgana? What in the world? Retarded ass Yi killed you. You got killed by Tard Yi. See ya, Thelian, dude. Alright, check it out, dude. That's a pretty good focal point. So, you die here, and then you die here again. Same thing as before, you know Yi's around. You're just not positioning appropriately for the spot. Like, you should have been way the fuck back, because if he shows up, you can't outplay him. Like, you have no ghost, you have no flash. Like, you can't be fucking that close. Thanks to Snake Pit. This is essentially just a situation where you get picked off by the one person that you can't get picked off by twice. Now he's huge and he's gonna run over your team. I know it's gonna happen. And it's mainly because of these little silly overstays. The overpush here. You win the dragon, and then you stay in the jungle and like fuck around in the jungle too much. And then you do it again, blue buff, you see him rotating down on the minimap and you still stay really close to the buff. You just needed to reposition back further. And you know, you just give up the buff, no big deal. You got fucking Morellos. It's not the end of the world if you don't get blue. You could have pulled blue out around the corner and then spaced out maximum range. But you have to be very respectful without flash and ghost. Poke champs need to be super, super passive with their positioning when they don't have flash and ghost. That's just a rule. And then you just got caught twice back to back. That basically, in that span, you know, they get Baron, they get you, and then they get you again. In that span, you're now behind. Okay? Those deaths are very important. Now we're back. Get a nice shutdown. But see, we're no longer in charge of the game. And he could dive you. He could dive you right there. Legit, he could ult and kill you. I don't know why he doesn't. Yeah, that Yi's retarded too. Like, he's legitimately retarded. He's Yi-tarded, dude. So Jax is split pushing. And now I'm pretty sure Jax and Fiora are gonna have a battle. Jax wins. I have no idea how he wins because and your Varus dies too. And yeah, that's pretty much game. So at this point, I'm saying it's game because you have two split pushers that you guys can't reliably deal with. And your split pushing champ that you have is sucking dick. And your bot lane is now massively behind. So how could we have avoided this? The main thing was the push here really hurt our momentum as a team. You should have reset. You lost your summoners. This death hurt us a lot too. We gave Yi and Jax some levels that they probably didn't deserve. And that's just a mechanical error. That shit happens though. Not the end of the world. The biggest tragedy for sure was the jungle pick into the jungle pick again. That really like threw off our lead to the point of where now we're no longer ahead. And it's an important thing to note with poke champs. Poke champs are only really strong as long as they're even or ahead. As soon as they fall behind, they're pretty useless. In your case, you're not useless, but you were in charge of the game and leaked a couple deaths and baited your team into a couple spots that I think you could have avoided if you were better at if you had better awareness of the situation. The other thing, aside from staying in lane and avoiding jungle, there was a fight where your team was chasing and you just left minions here in the middle. Push lanes first, then follow, because you have you pretty much have a global presence with your ult later in the game. So shove the lane, then rotate so that you have vision of mid, you have vision of your opponents, and you can make smart rotations as opposed to just running through the jungle and getting flanked. You basically just kept getting picked off by that Yi later in the game, and now, you know, your team, you got unlucky, your teammates were bad, and this is a tragic loss. But I think overall, had we played it a little bit better, it may have been a loss regardless, but I don't think it would have been a loss because of you. I think if you had controlled space a little bit better and like made good pushes throughout the game, I'm pretty sure we would win. There's a chance we'd lose, but we don't know that because we got stuck doing goofy shit positionally in the jungle. This is an unlucky one for sure. But I don't think it was necessarily auto loss or anything. So overall, just remember, in lane, when you're harassing, harass through minions and champions. So try to get double value out of your harass. And then as the game goes on, you did a great job of taking your tower and rotating. But like when you take 2 tier 2s, remember when all those tier 2s fall and you guys are getting momentum, slow it down, farm up, get vision, think about how you can throw and keep your XP level up. As opposed to just fucking running through the jungle and getting caught out. You would have a lot more understanding of where you're at in the game and how quickly, especially versus Yi and Jax, really, how quickly if they get back into the game, they're going to start splitting like they did. And that's exactly what happened. Yi was flanking you while Jax was splitting. So tragedy struck. Unlucky game. Could have been played a little bit better, but definitely a great replay. And there's some good clips there. So keep working at it. Remember that Xerath only really crushes when he's ahead, or even if he's behind, he's going to start really not being able to do it alone because he's immobile. So he's got good range, but he's still, you know, he's an immobile champ in solo queue. So pros and cons. All right, I hope all this helps you, dude. Thank you so much for submitting. YouTube, I hope you liked it. Like, subscribe, all the bullshit. And I'll see you next time. It's Neace, no bullshit game, and I'm out. Peace, cracks. Thanks so much.